Hello and welcome back. Welcome back to this another interesting video on how the skills are assessed. See, so far we are covering the interview skills in order to how to clear every interview. And we have covered a great deal, and I'm hoping, like I always do that, I'm hoping that you're taking down notes. I'm hoping that you're putting down your comments in the comment section so it becomes easier for you to recollect what we have discussed so far. Okay? Now, in today's session, what we are going to do is we are going to discuss how are these skills assessed. So we've discussed what are the skills assessed, okay, because those were the important ones to do. And now we're going to discuss how are they assessed, okay? So without wasting any time, here we go. All right. So the first thing that you need to know is that your technical skills are assessed as well. Now, when I say technical skills, please remember that only 15% of your technical skills are responsible for your promotions, for you being successful at work, and even for clearing the interview. Only 15% of it. The remaining chunk, which is 85%, depends solely, listen to me carefully, depends solely on your social skills. And that is what we are going to discuss today. So even while you're answering your technical skills, please note they will be analyzing your communication. You understand? They will be analyzing your critical thinking. Right? Now, there are various ways the technical skills are assessed. Okay. Number one, which is the most obvious one, is through a written test, or it could be a written test, or it could be an online test, but a test nonetheless. Okay. And that is how they will be assessing your technical skill. They can also ask you questions, situational based questions, to find out how would you respond or solution the problem or the issue. Okay. Now, technical skills doesn't always mean IT technical skills. It could be pertaining to your job. That means the technical aspect of your job. Let me give an example. So if you are a teacher and you may think, what could be the technical skill that I need to learn? When teaching and how to teach also will be a part of your technical skill. So a situational based question here can be, how would you manage a class of 15 odd students or 20 odd students, and one or two students are not paying attention? So how would you deal with that? That also comes under, again, technical skill. So how would you respond to it? Because then you'll think about critical thinking, how to communicate, all of those things will be assessed in the background. But right now I'm telling you how are the skills being assessed through your technical skills. Then comes the FAQs. Well, let me tell you one thing. I have given you, okay, as you go on with this module, 50 guaranteed questions that is usually asked in any interview. When I say usually, that means I'm also the one who asks them too. So I can validate that they are the ones that they are usually asked. And some of them are very unique, very situational based. Okay. And the reason why I've added them in this module, so that you can prepare better. It's always better to know what questions will be asked, isn't it? Okay. The third one is the most interesting one. So the second one, you can, of course, once you're through with the module, you can download it. It's in a PDF format, so you can download it and then see it and practice the answers, yourself. But the third one is very interesting. See, the third one is about psychometric evaluation. Now, a lot of companies have started doing it. They have started conducting a psychometric test. And why it is important? Well, because psychometric tests basically analyze, your emotions, your behavior, relationships in the variety of situation. How would you respond, basically? Okay. See, aptitude tests, if I were to elaborate or explain to you, okay, they are the ones that shows or showcase your reasoning or cognitive ability while answering a question. Okay. So it will help the company or the recruiter to determine whether you are the right candidate with the right skill set, okay, with the right skill set in the right means the right attitude for the job. Okay, it can be administered through various ways. They can give it to you on a piece of paper that you can write, and it's basically objective type. So you just have to select the right option. And interestingly, there are no wrong answers in a psychometric test. Okay, but how is it important for the companies to know? What do they get to know? Well, they get to know basic three things. See, the psychometric test is divided into three, or can be categorized into three things. Okay, number one is your aptitude test, so that shows your aptitude, then your skill sets, and then your personality tests. Okay, so scoring on psychometric tests is often done by calculating the number of questions you have answered correctly. So even though there is no right or wrong answer, but there is a way they're looking for that candidate with the right skill set, and if it matches, then for them it's the right answer. But that doesn't mean that you become wrong. Do you understand what I'm saying? It is just their way of selecting which candidate will suit best for this job. All right. Now, psychometric analysis is actually a very structured process, okay, to measure the psychometrics attributes of an individual. All right. So how do they do that? Well, they thoroughly go through the tests, what you have, and then they create tests. And there are a lot of companies who deal with it. They specialize in it. So they deal with a lot of people who have done, they know human psychology, how a human thinks, how do we think. Okay, and what do they do is they analyze the test data, okay, ensuring the quality by using the right metrics as well. So it's not that what they feel is right, they have a metrics along with the test that they're conducting. All right, and the more you practice about your psychometric evaluation or psychometric test, the better the chances will be. Just remember, do not lie. Because like I told you, there's no right or wrong answer. But if you're lying through your psychometric test, that means you're selecting what people would usually like to hear an answer. It will be found out. Okay, and they always do that because there are a lot of questions which are interlinked, and there are a lot of questions that they keep asking you over and over again in different scenarios and different situations. So try and be as honest as you can. All right. Now comes the fourth one. But before the fourth one, let me ask you this question. How is this going so far? Okay. How are you able to learn? Have you learned anything new? Are you learning something new? And if you are, I would like you to pause this video and put that in the comment section, your learnings, okay, or rather your feedback. What have you learned so far, and how is this module helping you? Okay. Yeah, I would really, really love to hear that. Okay. Now, then comes the fourth point. The fourth point is very simple. This is about your guesstimate or situational based questions. Okay. Now, why am I talking about situational based question? Well, to simply put, situational based questions, okay, or rather guesstimate questions is not done to find out the accurate answer from you. The reason why they do that is to see how quickly and rather how skillfully you can answer the question and be as close to probably the right way of looking at it. For example, the way they do it is the guesstimate question, the way they do it. So the way they analyze what you're saying is through 4 steps: clarity, structure, analyze, and conclude. Clarity, structure, analyze, and conclude. So what is clarity? Well, they try and extract information, okay, from you. All right. And at the same time, the idea is that you too should try and extract the information from the interviewer. I'll say that again. So they'll try and extract the information, from you, and they would want the same thing that you should do too. Try and extract the information from the interviewer. Right? Why? Because the idea is the more questions you ask, the more clarifying questions you'll ask, the more accurate you'll be able to give the answer. All right. Then comes number 2, structure. Okay. And I hope you're writing this down. Okay. I'll say that again. Okay. Clarify, structure, analyze, conclude. All right. So I hope you're writing this down as well. Now, when it comes to structure, there is no foolproof way to approach a guesstimate question. So you can use several methodologies. Okay, you can look from top to bottom or bottom up, process mapping. You can lay out the centrics. Okay, however, whatever works best for you, choose that. So there is no right way of approaching this. So the trick is to approach the question that helps you minimize your assumptions. I'll say that again. The trick is to follow an approach that helps you minimize your assumptions. That is the one that you need to look for. Then comes analyze. Okay. Now, when it comes to analyze, once you have devised the approach of what you're going to do, then you need to analyze the data that is being shared to you in a question. For instance, if someone asks you, so how many stairs were there when you reached to this office? So the idea is, again, you ask them the right amount of clarifying questions, put a structure to it, how you're going to conclude it, and then analyze the information that you have been given. And towards the end is conclusion. This is the final and the trickiest step. Okay, so once you get this right, you have cracked the guesstimate. So you need to practice this approach over and over again to get to the knack of solving it the right way. This is how your skills are assessed, ladies and gentlemen. All right, technical skills. Okay, they'll be asking you some situational based questions, FAQs, which I'm going to help you, so that will take care of a lot of things. Okay, third one is the psychometric test that they want to see your fitment. Are you the right employee? Do you have the right attitude? Okay, aptitude. Sorry, do you have the right skill set? Do you have the right people skill to connect with people? Okay, then comes your guesstimate. Now, guesstimate questions may not be asked in every situation, may not be asked for every job interviews as well. So I would rather suggest that you focus on the technical skills and your psychometric evaluation. Okay, look forward for the FAQ as a FAQs document as well that I've created, so you can look that once you're through with this module. Okay, and you will get the PDF that will have all the questions and the answers. Don't try and copy the answers. Try and use them in your own words. I'll say that again. Don't try and copy the answer. Don't for the lack of any better words, don't mug it up. Okay, so ratna nahi hai. Don't ratify it. Try and understand the question, understand the answer, and then best is that you share it in your own words. Okay, right? Now we are moving on to the next one. Okay, what is the next one? The next one is how to prepare. How to prepare for your interview. Okay, how should you prepare? So I'm gonna cover basic 4 things with you. Okay, number 1 is how to read the job description and why is it important. Number 2 is group discussion. Number 3 is body language, and number 4 is the introduction itself. All right, so we are going to discuss this and deep dive, and I hope you're gonna continue to focus on, and you're going to take down notes and keep putting it in the comment section as well. All right, good. Let's start and let's talk about how to prepare. And the first one that we're going to discuss is job description. Okay, see you in the next one.